Hello, this is Tudor Aksinde, and I'm the developer behind Podcasting Together, my final year project, and also a showcase of IBM Watson's natural language understanding capabilities. This is an open source Flutter application allowing you to browse podcasts and having a bunch of hidden tricks, which I'm sure the users will enjoy. I'm using Google to sign in as is the most convenient and taking the name, the profile picture, everything that Google offers without letting the user sign in. 20 categories here, ranging from music to government, and more than 3 million podcasts on the platform. So, quite a bunch of podcasts to choose from. You can also choose them randomly, let the luck give you a podcast. Today, it's a new generation of cabinet makers. I'm not sure what that is, but it seems interesting. It took a while to load because it's a 2 hour podcast. Again, no limit on time. You can also set the time to begin playing the podcast. For some reason this was a chosen feature. It's there. You can also play the
You
podcast.
can't be angry at
You
the
can also
world.
skip through the podcast. You can also use the podcast through CarPlay, Android Auto, and every other smart thing you can think about. If I close this and I pull the thing, you will see that the podcast is on the home menu, which is pretty nice. Anyway, that's not why we're here, are we? We are here because of Watson. Watson is a clever robot created by IBM, which I'm using in a particularly interesting way. Here's a trending page. Here's the created playlist that everyone sees. Kind of your news page. Most podcasts which you are familiar with. We need something like this. We need a popular page, right? But here's where it gets interesting. In this recommended tab, what I'm doing is I'm pulling together, this application is pulling together all the watch history and interest of your first degree friends. That is everyone you're friends with, so not friends of friends, your direct friends, pulling together their watch history, their interest, and saying, hey, this is what we kind of like as a friend group. It sends this data out to Watson. Watson is the clever robot created by IBM, and the robot says, "Hey, based on what you guys have watched and interest, you might be into financial news, politics, shows and events, and unrest and war. For now, it probably has a bunch of other categories." Um, and then I'm showing some podcasts in that direction. Now, this is not very calibrated yet because I only have like a small watch history and I don't think I have any friends. No, I don't, but I can add some. This will show them of this will give them like a friend request, so we can do that. Anyway, they need to accept the friend request in order for them to show, and also I cannot add more friends because yeah, that's everyone in the app, but hopefully for not for long. Anyway, pulling together watch history, that's pretty fun. You can also search for podcast. Why wouldn't you? We have a bunch of a bunch of podcast 3 million. We have all the features you can think about, like querying by genre, querying by podcast language, querying by podcast region. This random order is how they gave it to me through the API. I'm not sure why Bangladesh and Nigeria are the first. Doesn't make any sense, but they like it for some reason. You also have clever features like type ahead search. So if I search for something like Star Wars, to say, hey, you might be looking for stars or Star Wars. I like Star Wars, so I can see some Star Wars podcasts here or some Star Wars episodes. Why not? Or some Star Wars created playlists. Uh, or go for all of them at the same time. And this is pretty fast, by the way. Let's select a random one. Not sure what this is. Hope it's a podcast. Oh, luckily it was a podcast. From the creators of Inside Python, you can see these episodes. You can view all episodes if you want and search for anything specific. Only 20 entries, but you can load more and see more entries if 20 is not enough for you. You can also see about the podcast, the description, the country, the publisher, everything we know from the metadata. The first episode, the latest episode, the podcast language, a bunch of related podcasts. For some reason, Legal Wars is related to Star Wars, and The Exorcist. Again, I'm not. I'm not the one making this, and Watson is not the one making this. Related comes from like the pulled interest from the podcast API. Anyway, they might be related because they're made by the same company, Wanderly. I don't know who those guys are, but I trust it's a good recommendation. Why wouldn't it be? Podcasting together with your friends, pulling together your interest. I think it's a cool concept. The code is amazing. Features every solid principle that Robert C. Martin wrote about. So I'm looking forward to see this concept in reality and see this used. Maybe it's a great feature. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you have a nice day. Thank you for watching this and enjoy.